had to slow down and finesse them a little more than I'd originally planned. This is a giant. Oh, God. Had to get a little more finessey, and it paid off in a big, big way.
All right, it's all about top tactics, top techniques, and how you caught them this year. And Ned, it is something that every angler that's tried it is amazed with. I mean, you've had those days where they're just not biting no matter what you throw. And Ned is that bait. And I don't know, it's so simple looking. I mean, we're talking about a 4-inch max scent general, basically just a straight worm and a Ned head. I fish it several different ways. I mean, I'll sometimes pop it back. On Lake Erie on show 2, I was dragging that bait, just slowly pulling it back, and that Ned head would just drag across the bottom. What do the fish think it is? I mean, that's up for debate. Some people think it's a bait fish, some people think it's a crayfish, and one of the craziest things I ever heard was David Dudley. David Dudley thinks it is poo. That's right, poo. I mean, don't take it from me. Let's look at this footage of David Dudley.
It's supposed to catch them, and it does. So here we go. I'm gonna go right now and collect what I think this is. All right, so we're down here at the pond, and yes, we are gonna collect what I think is actual the turd. So check this out. Don't that look like a TRD? Look at that.
Now, whether David Dudley's correct or not, it is actually an ingenious theory. I mean, you lay a 4-inch general beside a Canada goose poop, and they are remarkably the same. I am not near accomplished enough to have the intestinal fortitude to tell the fishing world that I think that the fish are eating poop. But David Dudley has won like $4 or $5 million catching bass. So whether it's poop or not, the Ned is definitely one that will help you when you think you're dead. You go to a body of water and you think they're just not biting something else. The Ned has definitely saved a lot of days for us on Facts of Fishing and just even fun fishing. Now, straight up fish it on, a 7-foot rod, medium light action. I want that tip to have some give. I'll always throw it on braided line, Berkeley X9, something super smooth that you can cast far, but lighter line, 10-pound test, and with an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. That little Ned is definitely a top tactic of this season. And it was truly the bait that you could have thrown on any show and caught him, because Ned gets them.
There's this. Oh, there we go. Had to slow down and finesse them a little more than I'd originally planned. This is a giant. Oh, God. Had to get a little more finessey, and it paid off in a big, big way. Oh, look at that, dude. Right there. Oh, had to finesse a little more through the general. Oh, always changing, and they always leave you guessing. You can go out here thinking one thing. You always have to adapt with the situation, and I was throwing that bigger bait, and I was getting fish bumping it, but they just weren't hooking up. Get a little bit more finessey, and it pays off. Always adapt with the fish. As long as you keep changing, sooner or later you're gonna figure out exactly what they want that day.
So I don't know if it's Canada goose poo or what it is. I don't know what it is, but this little piece of crap works.